Assalamu alaikum. I am Muhammad Mahmud Hassan, Assistant Teacher, Agriculture, Greenfield School and College. Today I am going to discuss about Chapter 5. This chapter is under your syllabus. Today I am going to start the first class of the upcoming 4th monthly exam. Dear student of class 7, I hope you are well by the grace of Almighty Allah. Today I am going to discuss about agricultural production. Agricultural production means the production of crops, domestic animals, pets and fish. In this chapter there will be discussions on grains, maize or corn, floriculture, tuberose and marigold, and fruit cultivation, guava and papaya. Among agro-based products, disease management and harvesting crops. Later, pisciculture and disease management, poultry rearing and disease management, and livestock production system and disease management have been discussed. Finally, ideas on how to maintain income and expenditure records of agro-based production have been conveyed. Look at this picture. The first picture is a tree. It is a papaya tree, and it is goat, and it is koi fish. At the end of the chapter, we will able to describe the cultivation process of grains. Describe the cultivation process of different types of flowers and fruit. Describe fish cultivation progress. Describe fish cultivation process. Analyze the ways of preventing diseases in fishes and disease management. Describe poultry rearing procedure. Describe livestock and poultry diseases management and analyze them. Maintain the records of income and expenditure of agro-based products. Now my main topic is lesson 1, the process of maize or corn cultivation. Look at this picture. This is a maize plant, and the first plant is plant contains male flower, and second plant contains female flower, and here the mocha. In the mocha, maize fruits are grown. We know that maize is a high yielding and diversely usable granular crops. Maize cultivation in Bangladesh is expanding. Maize is a perennial shrub. Both male and female flowers grow in the same plant. Look at this picture. Here male flower and here is female flower. So in the same plant, male and female flower grow. The male flower sprouts arraying like a tassel in the head of the plants. Tassel is it looks like a crown. Tassel means crown. It looks like a crown. The female flower comes out in the form of mocha. in the form of mocha. This is the mocha. The outer layer is called mocha. Um, there is same mocha in the banana plant. The female flower comes out in the form of mocha from the axis point. Axis point means the point between leaf and stem. The point between leaf and stem is called axis point. Axis point of the stem and leaf at the mid height of the plant. A granular structure takes form in mocha when the female flower is fertilized. Nutrition value of the maize grains is more than that of rice and wheat. Maize grains are used as human food, and its sapy plants and green leaves are used as high quality food for the cows. There is a widespread need of maize grains as the livestock, poultry and fish feeds. Now it is variety. There are many variety of maize. Bangladesh Agricultural Research Institute has produced some high yielding and hybrid varieties. Among these varieties, Barnali Shubho, Mohor, Bari Maize 5, Bari Maize 6, Bari Maize 7, Bari Hybrid Maize 1, Bari Hybrid Maize 2, Bari Hybrid Maize 3 are important. Besides, for khoi or popcorn maize, and to eat when it is tender, Bari sweet maize 1, Bari sweet maize 1 have been discovered. Apart from these, various seed companies import seeds of hybrid maize from foreign countries. Soil. Sandy loamy and loamy soil is the best for the maize cultivation, but it should be monitored that the soil does not get waterlogged. Sowing time. It is the proper time to sow maize seed between October and November in the spring season, and between mid-February and March in the autumn season. Seed ratio and sowing process. For Bari maize variety, 25 to 30 kg, and for popcorn maize, 15 to 20 kg per every hectare should be sown in rows. Distance in between rows should be 75 cm, and there should be one plant after every 25 cm or two plants after every 50 cm in each row. Land preparation and application of fertilizer. In our country, maize is cultivated amply during Rabi season. Land must be prepared by plowing deeply 4 to 5 times and by harrowing. Use of fertilizer in maize cultivation has been given below. Urea. Amount of urea fertilizer should be given at the rate of 172 to 312 kg per hectare. TSP. The amount of TSP is 168 to 216. Muriate of potash, MOP. It it should be 96 to 144 kg per hectare, and gypsum should be 144 to 168 kg per hectare. At the ending phase of the preparation, the land must be tilled after spraying 1/3 of total urea and the whole of other fertilizers on it. Besides, maize yields well if for each hectare of land 10 to 15 kg zinc sulfate, 5 to 7 kg boron and 5 ton cow dung manure are used at this time. The remaining urea should be divided in two halves and the first installment should be sprayed 25 to 30 days after seed germination of whereas the second installment should be sprayed in a use over way 40 to 50 days germination of after the seed germinating off. In 30 days after the seedling grow, extra sapling must be weeded out. The land must be kept free from weeds until seedlings become 1 month old. During spraying the second installment of urea, one after another, soil in between two rows must be halved up to the bottom of the seedling. This is all for our today's class, but you have to watch a video about this chapter. Now watch this video.
Welcome to tutorials point. In this tutorial, we will talk about the cultivation process of maize crop. Maize has different names in different languages. In Hindi, it is called makka, and in English, it is called corn. The botanical or scientific name of maize is Gia maize, and it belongs to the family grasses. Maize typically grows from 1.2 meter to 3 meters tall. Maize has a single stem and forms 16 to 22 leaves per plant. The fruit of the corn plant is the corn kernel. The ear is a collection of kernels on the cob. The ear is covered by tightly wrapped leaves called husk. Let us now see the required climatic conditions for the cultivation process of maize crop. Maize is a rain-fed kharif crop which is sown at the onset of monsoon and is harvested after the retreat of monsoon. Maize crop is grown both in the tropical and the temperate regions. The optimum temperature for the growth and development of maize crop ranges from 30 degrees centigrade to 34 degrees centigrade. However, temperatures below 5 degrees centigrade and above 45 degrees centigrade may spoil the production and yield of maize crop. Maize crop is susceptible to frost at all stages of its growth. Let us now see the stages involved in the cultivation process of maize crop. The stages are land preparation, drip irrigation arrangement, seed sowing, weeding, flowering and pollination, pest and disease management and harvesting. Let us now see how the land is prepared for the cultivation of maize crop. Maize can be grown on a variety of soils ranging from sandy to clayey, but it's well-drained aerated deep loams and silt loams containing organic matter and nutrients. Being a sensitive crop to moisture stress, particularly excess soil moisture and salinity stresses, it is always recommended to avoid low-lying fields having poor drainage and also the fields having higher salinity. provision of proper drainage should be selected for the cultivation of maize crop. Maize may be raised on moderately acidic soils, but the optimum pH range is from 6.5 to 7.5. Highly saline, acidic, alkaline and waterlogged soils should be avoided. Re-plowing twice, followed by leveling and making of ridges and furrows is required before sowing. Apply and spread farmyard manure or compost at 25 tons per hectare on unplowed field along with 10 packets of azospirillum around 2000 grams and 10 packets of phosphobacteria inoculum around 2000 grams or 20 packets of azophos around 4000 grams. Incorporate the manure into the soil during plowing. Let us now see how to arrange drip irrigation system for the land that we prepared. Drip irrigation helps save water and fertilizer by allowing water to drip slowly to the roots of plants, either onto the soil surface or directly into the root zone through a network of valves, pipes, tubing and emitters. Overhead irrigation wets the plants but reduces runoff. In contrast, drip irrigation is a controlled irrigation method. It works by exposing the roots to a direct supply of water. Drip irrigation system releases water in a slow and steady fashion. Controlled amount of water is supplied to the plants at regular intervals. Let us now see how the seeds are sown in the prepared field. Before the seed sowing stage commences, treat the seeds with azospirillum inoculum and also with phosphobacteria or azophos. Maintenance of optimum plant population is essential for higher yields. 66,000 plants per hectare is the optimum plant population to obtain very good yield. The optimum seed spacing is 20 into 60 centimeters. During the Kharif season, it is desirable to complete the sowing operation 12 to 15 days before the onset of monsoon. However, in rain-fed areas, the sowing time should coincide with the onset of monsoon. In the absence of any irrigation facilities, sowing with the onset of monsoon will be ideal. Thus, in Kharif season, the crop may be sown from the middle of June to the middle of July. For the Rabi maize, the most suitable time of sowing is between October 15 and November 15. Let us now see the steps involved in the weeding and intercultivation stage. Pre-emergent spray of atrazine at 1.5 kg per hectare in case of light soils and 2 kg per hectare in case of heavy soils mixed in 500 to 600 liters of water will control most of the broadleaf weeds effectively. When the crop is 30 to 35 days old, intercultivation is done mainly for checking weed growth and for loosening the soil for proper aeration and to conserve moisture. Under heavy weed infestation, manual weeding is necessary. Combination of intercultivation and use of weedicide in an integrated manner can be employed beneficially. During intercultivation, a cultivator may be run followed by the ridger for earthing up. Hoeing and weeding are done as and when necessary. Pest and disease management is a crucial factor for the protection of plants. The striped borer infests the crop during Kharif and the pink borer during Rabi. These borers cause dead hearts in the early stage of crop. Generally, hybrids are tolerant to these pests. A prophylactic spraying of endosulfan is recommended when the crop is about 10 to 12 days old. If needed, this may be followed by an application of carbofuran 3G granules at the rate of 7.5 kg per hectare a fortnight after the first spray. Diseases also infect the maize crop. Leaf blight, late wilt and charcoal rot are a few diseases that attack the crop. Spraying mancozeb at 8 to 10 days interval will control the leaf blight disease, and seed treatment with Captan followed by soil drenching with bleaching powder at 45th, 55th and 65th days reduces the intensity of two kinds of stalk rots. Let us now talk about the flowering and pollination stage in the cultivation process of maize crop. We will begin by talking about the tassel or the male flower part. Attached to the tassel of the corn plant are several thousand anthers which are responsible for the release of pollen. Pollen transfers the male genetic material needed to fertilize the ovary for one potential kernel. One tassel produces millions of pollen grains. Pollen shed is usually highest mid-morning and is influenced by temperature and moisture conditions. Due to natural variability of plants within a field, it can take up to 2 weeks to complete pollen shed for an entire field. We will now see how the ear or the female flower helps in the pollination. The ear of a corn plant is the female flower. Silks that emerge from the ear shoot are the pathways responsible for transporting male genetic material to the ovules or potential kernels of the ear. Silks develop and elongate from the surface of each ovule on the ear. In order for an ovule to fertilize and develop into a kernel, its silk must be pollinated. Silks can remain receptive to pollen up to 10 days after their emergence, but typically successful germination occurs within the first 4 to 5 days. Extremely long green silks is an indication that the ear has not yet been successfully fertilized. Within a few days of successful fertilization, the silks detach from the fertilized ovules. Harvesting is done when grain moisture reaches 20 to 25%. This can be noticed when the cobs shed or husk dries up completely. Maize can be harvested either green or dry. Green maize is harvested for roasting or boiling. The leaves and husk start drying out, and the part of the kernel where it is attached to the cob starts to turn brownish or blackish in 90% of the kernels of the cob. The yield levels depend upon the variety. An average yield is 5 to 7 tons per hectare. Thank you for watching our tutorial on the cultivation process of maize crop. Stay connected with tutorialspoint.com.